The big announcement was made. Who will be the stars that will be going for the Mirror Ball Trophy this season of Dancing with the Stars? Well, Krystal has the list.
Oh yeah, we've got the full list. It was a great big announcement this morning. If you had the Mirror Ball Trophy, where would you put it real quick? Where would you put it in your house?
The bathroom.
Oh my, you don't have your own dance room?
No, because that's the last place you would expect it to be, so that's where I would put it.
So, of course, they announced the new cast members for this upcoming season. Mr. T, oh yeah, I pity the fool who doesn't vote for him. Charo, Rashad Jennings, who's a free agent for the New York Giants. Heather Morris, former Glee cast member, also a backup dancer for J-Lo. David Ross, catcher for the Chicago Cubs, also the first Major League Baseball player to be on the show. Bonnie Bolton, pro bull rider. Nancy Kerrigan, who's an Olympian, we all know her, and probably not from the Olympics. Normani Corday, the mystery member of Fifth Harmony that we've talked about so much. Erica Jane, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member. Chris Kattan, former SNL cast member. And finally, last but not least, Simone Biles, the Olympic gold medalist we all know. So if you had to choose, who's your favorite to win?
My brother, of course.
Rashad Jennings?
No, I'm just saying he has an awesome last name. No, really, if I was really, I'm going to say it's either going to be Simone or Nancy or Heather.
Okay,
pick three.
I'm going with Heather because she was the backup dancer for J-Lo, so she obviously has rhythm. However, she says ballroom dancing is not her specialty, so it's going to be a challenge for her.
Yes.
Should we just black sheep and say, you know, Mr. T totally pity the fool? Nobody is expecting him to win, right? No one.
You know what's funny is sometimes of course you have to be a good dancer, but I also think it is a little bit of a popularity contest, and if people love you, then you get the votes.
Yeah, and if you're funny and you can gain attention, scores matter though. Scores do matter on this show. So the season 24 premiere, it's the 400th episode. Wow. I know, crazy. You can watch it right here, K-Gun 9, Monday, March 20th. I know, a lot of good people to root for on it. It should be interesting. I'm thinking Chris Kattan is going to bring some mystery and maybe a little bit of comedy, or he might be the first one voted off.
It's gonna go either way. He's gonna be amazing or he's going home. I don't know which one.
There's no in between.
Who's one or the other. We actually have some book news, but from some people that everybody wants to hear from.
These two have one of the most interesting stories to tell. I'm talking about President 44, Barack Obama, and former First Lady Michelle Obama. They have both signed a book deal with Penguin Random House Books. Now, here's what we're hearing about this deal. People were literally having a bidding war to have these two on their, to write a book under them. So 60 million is the total that we are hearing now. I don't know if that's 60 million each, 60 million total. Either way, they're going to be good for a while.
He just lost a job. He needs some money. And, from their love story to the presidency, and now, what are you doing now? I think they've got so much to talk about.
Yeah, they definitely have a great story to tell, and I think a lot of people do love them and want to hear it. And for the people that maybe don't love them, you probably still want to hear it too. How did you get that position? How did you rise to fame, if you will? So, and everybody I think wants to keep up with their daughters. Yes. We want to know what Sasha and Malia are doing too. So maybe they'll get a book deal.
Right, another 60 mil, throw it in there. And we actually have some good news that's coming out of some not so good news from last week, because some people were upset that somebody was dropping out of Coachella.
Yeah, we all kind of expected it. Pregnant with twins. I don't see you performing on a stage with a ton of people doing not so appropriate things in the crowd. Probably not a great idea. Beyonce is who we're talking about. She pulled out of Coachella. Everybody kind of freaking out, like, who can replace her? What big name can replace her? It's Lady Gaga. They have officially announced Gaga is going to be her replacement for the show, which comes in late April, which is pretty much on the heels of her Joanne World Tour announcement, which is set to kick off in August. So again, we talked about it on The Groove this morning. It's going to be the best year ever for Gaga. I feel like the Super Bowl was just sort of the kickoff for it, and now she's pretty much on an uphill. I don't even want to say a battle, because it's not a battle, but she's on an uphill. Like, things just keep getting better and better for Gaga. So
I know. I think we had a little bit of romance news that wasn't really on her side, but I think she's really throwing herself, like, career-wise, which is good for us, because we of course get to enjoy.
Does she have room for love though? Think about it. I think Gaga's in her late 20s, early 30s right now. She's completely focused on her career. She's sort of in her prime. I think what really skyrocketed her to that was the album with Tony Bennett. People heard her and said, oh, you can sing like that?
Yeah.
You have those pipes, when her true fans were like, she's had those pipes for a while.
Yeah,
like,
well,
nothing new.
I think like you're right. She got a different fan base because she wasn't wearing like the meat dress and the whatever.
Coming in an egg.
Yeah, she really just was like, I got pipes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're right. You didn't think she could, but she's going to another level. Now, we know, if you listen to the Groove in the Morning, you were a huge Justin Timberlake fan, so you loved this information.
Me?
What?
The curly blonde bleach, yeah, that's when he used to give me good feelings in my tummy. But so exciting news, as you can see, Trolls on the screen. Trolls 2 officially being announced. The first movie gained over 300 million worldwide. So why would you not have a sequel? It's set to be released a few years from now, April 2020. Of course, Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick both signing on for the sequel. My question, though, is are they going to have him on this next soundtrack as well? Of course, we know the song you're hearing, Can't Stop the Feeling, Oscar nominated, got him a lot of attention. They'd almost be silly not to, so.
And you said you thought he stole the Oscars.
He totally stole the Oscars, and I love from this soundtrack from the first movie, they incorporated old school music.
Yeah.
That's what the groove is, so I loved it.
Oh, what a great way to tie that all back in. Speaking of the Groove, you can also catch more celebrity gossip on 106.3 The Groove every weekday morning with me at 7:40 and at 9:20. To stay connected with Krystal, like I said, she's really funny. Follow her on Twitter and on Instagram.